Hi, welcome to day 20 of the 30 days consistency video challenge. So, today we are back to the book of Esther, chapter 2. I can't believe this is day 20. 10 more days to go, and I'll be out of your pretty faces. Or I might decide to do something entirely different. Something different. But until then, until I decide, just know that we have 10 days left and I'll be resting. Okay, so back to Queen Esther, Vashti, King Xerxes, Mordecai, and all those fine people. So after Vashti was decrowned and dethroned, King Xerxes was missing his wife, right? He needed a woman. So, the wise men came again advising him, oh yeah, now you should gather all the beautiful people in this town. Let your eunuchs get them, and whoever pleases you, make. So the king appointed commissioners from different provinces. Remember, his region that he was ruling over is really large. So he appointed commissioners who brought beautiful girls from their provinces into the citadel. So they kept the girls in a place called harem. Alright, so the girls were kept there under the care of one of the eunuchs who was in charge of women called Higai. Alright, so that's where they were, and they were to undergo 12 months of intensive beauty care and treatments. Okay, so there was this girl. She was an orphan. She lived with her cousin who was called Mordecai. Alright, the girl's name was Hadassah. She was also known as Esther. So she stayed with her cousin Mordecai, who had raised her right from when she was a kid. So when it was time, and Esther was a really beautiful girl. People say she was fine in form and feature. As in, Esther is that kind of girl that you say she's drop dead gorgeous. Like, she was really beautiful, and everywhere she went, people just kept, she kept getting at the attention of everyone. So that's by the way. When she was introduced to Higai, the person in charge of the girls that were brought, the Bible said she pleased Higai, and then she found favor in him. Okay, so I wanted to point this out so that we will not say because she's a fine girl, everybody like fine girls. All the girls that were brought there were the most beautiful girl in their provinces, but she pleased the guy. So apart from beauty, she had character. Her attitude was strong. It was beautiful as well. Alright, so she pleased the man. So the man took extra care of her, gave her all the special attention, kept her in the best of places. Those girls, they really flex. So 12 months of beauty treatment, 6 months of skincare treatment with oil of myrrh, and then 6 months of treatments with cosmetics and perfumes, okay, before you now get to meet the king. So when it got to the turn of Esther to meet the king, before you can't see the king empty-handed. You don't do that. All right from all through Bible, you can't visit the king empty-handed, and I'm pointing that out again. Remember, I said this book actually teaches us how to treat people in authority. You don't visit people in power empty-handed. You don't do that. All right, me, I'm learning as well. I hope you're learning. You don't visit people in authority empty-handed. You don't do that. Okay, go with something valuable, something that befits their status. All right, when they got to Esther's turn to go and see the king, Higai, remember, the guy that took care of them, the eunuch that took care of them, had already found favor in her sight. So she already found favor in Higai's sight. So Higai suggested a gift that she would take with to go and visit the king, and that was the gift she went with. Okay, and the Bible said she got there and she just caught the king's entire attention. So the king took Vashti's crown, put on Esther's head. And then meanwhile, remember that Esther was a Jew, and these people, Esther, they're supposed to be like slaves in this land, right? Because they were actually caught on exile. They were brought in there in exile by King Nebuchadnezzar. So she's not even from there. She's a Jew. Alright, but then Mordecai warned her not to tell anybody where she was from, not to let anybody know her nationality. So she kept it a secret. Okay. I don't know if you're seeing the relationship between Esther and Ruth. Okay. Ruth had Naomi, Esther had Mordecai. Both of them were following instructions, and both of them kept their personality a secret. Ruth didn't reveal herself. Remember when she went to meet Boaz that night, alright? And then Esther too is now keeping her nationality a secret from everyone. Okay, I'm trusting the Holy Spirit to let us know what all these relationships mean and the lessons that are hidden inside for us. Alright, so but until then, let's just keep gisting the story. Okay, so she got crowned. The king threw a party in her name, and Mordecai was just moving around, to be sure that she was okay and well taken care of. He stayed at the gates of the palace. Okay, he just hid himself there, like disguised himself. And while he was there, he overheard some people plotting against the king, who is now supposedly his in-law. You get? So he immediately alerted Esther and told her, who now told the king about what they were plotting. So they found out, investigated, and got those people hanged. They killed them by hanging. Alright, so what's the lesson here for us today? To be honest, I'm blank. I don't know, but I'm not really getting any message, any central message to share today regarding this particular chapter. Alright, but what I do when I don't get a message like this is that I take some time off to meditate. Like, most of the time it turns out to become a long term discussion with God. Alright, and I would really love you to do the same. I've shared the story and I've pointed out a few really important things that happened. So I need you to take your time off, rest your head, rest your mind, think about these things we've discussed, and try to find your own message. I strongly believe that God has a unique message for every single person who would listen to this, who will stumble on this video, now or in the future. Okay, but tomorrow, of course, we'll continue with the book of Esther, and hopefully by then I will have a message for everyone. Okay, but until then, please take some time off, quiet your mind and see what God is going to tell you from this particular story that I've shared. If you need more clarity, please read the book of Esther chapter 2. That's the passage we just read today, and I promise you, maybe when I come tomorrow, I'll let you know what God spoke to me about this particular one for myself, alright? If He asks me to share it with you, okay? But then I promise you that this passage is really going to bless you if you take some time off to get your own unique message for it, alright? So,